Your ancestors and your higher self are always with you. They are in the energetics of who you are. Here is a way to access these connections for emotional regulation and self-healing through meditation. So let's get started. This experience will be deeper and richer for you if you lay down, ensuring that your spine is straight. If you cannot lay down, I recommend sitting in a chair where your back can be straight, your spine straight, and you can rest against the back of a chair so that you're not trying to hold your body up during this meditation. You want to be able to deeply relax. So either laying down or sitting in a chair that's preferably straight in its back so that you can rest against it and have your spine be straight. All right, let's begin. So I want you to rest against the back of a chair or rest on your back on a bed or a sofa or any surface. And I want you to begin to breathe deeply in through your nose and out through your nose, slowly in and out. And as you're breathing in and breathing out through your nose, allow your body to begin to relax. And what I would like you to do is to relax in a way that you are fully letting go into the surface you're laying on or resting against. You're letting go in a way that you might when you get home from an intense workout or a long day at work and you just collapse on a sofa and you just rest for a second or two. You just not trying to hold up your body. You're just letting go. We're letting go at your neck. You're letting go at your shoulders, in your hands, your fingers, your jaw. You're letting go in the small of your back, your legs, your feet. Breathing deeply the whole way. The journey that we are on happens through the body. We are going to pay attention to sensations in your body. And as you become aware of these sensations and acknowledge them, we go deep into these sensations as a way to deepen our relationship with ourselves, as well as our relationship with what we are feeling and experiencing in the body in reaction to what life is serving up to you right now. So you're breathing in deeply through your nose, breathing out through your nose, slowly, and you're letting go. You're trusting the surface you're laying on or against to just receive you and hold you up. Again, take note of your shoulders, your neck muscles, your jaw, maybe even the muscles behind your eyes, the muscles at your temples, in your back, and you're letting go on a much, much deeper level than at the beginning of this process. Breathing in, breathing out. and allowing yourself to fully relax. We are about nourishing your soul, deepening your relationship with yourself, but also deepening your experience of being with yourself without focusing on thoughts, but more focusing on sensations. And in time, as we further through the process, the energetics of who you are. So you're relaxed. Hopefully you're feeling relaxed and you're settling within yourself. And I want you to bring your inner gaze to your spine. Imagine that you can sense where your spine is in your body without really giving much thought to it. Just trust that your internal gaze knows where to go. And all along your spine, you're gazing from up in your neck all the way down past your heart, your solar plexus, your sacrum, and your tailbone. And you're bringing your gaze slowly up and down and familiarizing yourself with that part of your body. In front of your spine is a column of energy. It's where you are an energetic channel. And this channel of energy goes all the way through, all along the front of your spine, going up through your head, coming out at your crown chakra and going upwards into the heavens, into the cosmos. It also goes all the way down the front of your spine and out through your tailbone and goes deep into Mother Earth to the core. It is the nonverbal, sensory, energetic way that you're interconnected to all that is. So now that you are in your energetic channel with your internal gaze, bring your internal gaze to your heart. And I want you to spend a little time here. I want you to breathe deeply. If your eyes haven't naturally closed, your eyes should be closed by now, because this is an internal journey. And so your internal gaze is on your heart. And now we're going to shift into sensing. And I want you to just take note. Do you sense, what do you sense at this area? Do you sense openness? Do you feel like maybe there's a shield in front of your heart? Is there some sort of ache that you're aware of? And maybe there is some sort of emotional pain or energy that you haven't quite put your finger on. And maybe there is heartbreak, sorrow, emotional exhaustion because of the type of things you have to reckon with as a Black woman in this country and in some cases in this world. It could be microaggressions from day to day, sometimes hourly. It could be the awareness of your safety in this world. It could be awareness of what could happen to your children, to the young people in your life and in your family who are part of your community, and your deep awareness of the dark things that can happen. Maybe it's the way in which you're taking on the energy of other people in your community, and in any other cases in the workplace. Sometimes we're asked to be the caregivers of people's emotions in moments that often do not happen to women who are not Black. It does happen to women in general, but for some reason it tends to happen to a lot of Black women. Or maybe you're dealing with disillusionment and disappointment of people you've run up against who have put labels on you that are not yours. I want you to just breathe deeply. If any of this seems to be present in some way, in a sensory way, at your heart area. And we're breathing deeply in and out through your nose as we notice any sensations. If we notice a numbness, a closed offness, a shield. And we're noticing without judgment. This is a moment to give yourself grace and give yourself time to acknowledge the sensations and the potential emotions that are below or are part of the makeup of these sensations. And we're breathing in and out through our nose. So give yourself a few moments to just keep your internal gaze at that part of your body. Keep breathing and just acknowledge and honor that there is something there. And now I want you to imagine that the energetic channel within your body all along your spine starts to swirl with energy. And then you bring your internal gaze down all along your spine, past your tailbone. And as you get to your tailbone, I want you to go with an idea that there's always golden roots from your tailbone going deep into the earth all the way to its core. And I want you to imagine right now that you're following with your internal gaze through those roots as they go through the surface you're laying and sitting on, through the building and structure you're in, into the earth, going through the several layers of the earth until you reach the core. This is the area that allows you to be and feel grounded. This is the space deep into these roots in the earth where you aren't the only one doing this. We are all consciously connected to this planet this way. All our roots rest deep inside. And some of us are deeply aware of them because we cultivate this awareness, and some of us are unconscious of it. But they're always here. You just have to open up your sight, your internal sight, and be aware of them. And as you deepen your awareness that, and your trust, yes, you do have these roots, you open yourself to sensations of feeling grounded and deeply connected to a place within this earth that can nourish you, that can ground you in a way that centers and can balance you. And at the same time, this is a place to know that you're never alone. All of our roots meet down here. And as you're getting in touch with that aspect of your experience as a human walking on this earth, imagine some of the energy from the earth follows your internal gaze all the way up through the layers of the earth into your tailbone and goes all along the front of your spine and comes into your heart area where you noticed numbness, sensations, possible emotions. And imagine some of the beauty that exists in the energies from the earth are in and around your heart, offering presence, groundedness, and potential healing. Allow that swirl of energy to move around and sneak into the corners of your heart, outside your heart, filling in cracks, loosening constrictions. Thinning the barriers, transforming walls and blockages. And trust that that's a possibility for you. And you're breathing deeply while you're allowing this to happen. And as you and I work together in this moment, and we're calling forth the energies of Earth, Mother Earth, to come in and help heal and shift what may be happening at your heart that's not in your highest good. Know that as you engage with this channel, you are engaging with your higher self in a way that is not about thought, doesn't need to be about thought. And it's an opportunity for you to trust in an experience that is metaphysical, that is beyond explanation on some level, especially in this moment, because we don't want to overthink or even begin to think about what this is about. How would it work? What should it look like? In some cases, you may need to see a visual of what this looks like, and you can imagine what that visual would be. Or maybe you're someone who needs and responds better through the sensory. Whichever works for you. I want you to imagine the sensory or the visual of this column of energy, this energetic channel from below the earth through, up and through your body, passing your heart while it's doing what it needs to your heart, and going up and up and up through your neck, into your head, and it meets up right where your crown chakra is, without actually leaving the internal part of your head. This is you. as your higher self that you're engaging with, but it's also where you can meet up with ancestors. You can meet up with different aspects of the cosmos that you're meant to connect with. And the more you spend time engaging and sitting with, being with that part of who you are, the more you open up to it. But know that it's about trusting that it's occurring and that the connection is always here. It may get constricted by trauma. It may be constricted by societal expectations, family dynamics, but it's always there. It's just up to you to come through and be with that part of who you are so that you can clear the channel and keep it as unobstructed as possible so that you have more flow and more communication with your higher self and any of the ancestors that you feel called to communicate with and feel their presence. So your gaze is within your energetic channel. And I want you to bring it up to the part of your head, just at the top of your head, where your crown chakra is. And I want you to imagine that the energy in this channel is swirling all along the channel, but in your brain area. I want you to imagine that whatever thoughts that are popping up are just resting right below the surface of this moment, are being encompassed by this energy that's within you, that comes from Mother Earth. And imagine it just surrounding it, giving presence to it. Because as a Black woman in the United States and in other countries, there's always brain power that we're being called upon to give to certain moments so that we have to correct a moment, or we feel we have to correct a moment where someone has misunderstood us, mislabeled us, given us powers in a moment that we don't have, or decided that we don't have value or are not as valuable as other people. And I want you to just keep your internal gaze at your brain and just acknowledge that these thoughts are there, these patterns that exist in society that are shoved in your face in a way that you're forced to have to deal with them, especially if it has nothing to do with you and has everything to do about their perceptions. Just acknowledge that this is happening and that it adds a mental load in your brain. And we want to imagine that that energy is lightening that load. And in some way, easing things, turning the volume down, even muting, or lessening the impact that they could possibly have, or it can possibly have. And you're breathing deeply, you're trusting in the process. And as your brain is being given this experience, I want you to imagine that your internal gaze is going through the top of your head. And I want you to just imagine your gaze is going to just keep going. And if that's a hard thing for you to imagine, I want you to imagine the first time you used a mouse on a computer and knew that at some point you had to get used to how you were moving the mouse was affecting where the cursor is on the screen. It's a similar leap of imagination and eventual trust that it's happening. So imagine your gaze is going up through the top of your head, and it's just continually going up and up and up into the clouds, past the barriers of the earth in terms of magnetic field, and continuing to go up and up. Just imagine possibly 300 feet, 1,000 feet, and continue going until maybe you see the stars that exist in the cosmos. And you're taking note of the silence, or maybe there's a vibrational hum, and you're noticing the different expressions of light from different stars, whether they're close or far away. This is you engaging with your crown chakra as it engages with the heavens, with the cosmos. As you take in the different lights that you see expressed through the stars, imagine some of that light swirls and comes around your internal gaze. And now I want you to bring some of that light from the cosmos down. And this does not have to be something you have to think about at all. Just imagine that your internal gaze is moving downward in a swoosh into the top of your head, swirling around your brain, going down through your head, through your neck. And as it comes through your neck, know that at your throat chakra, it's offering you some kind of wisdom, some kind of opening, and some kind of discernment in how you want to speak to these things that Black women have to deal with in life, in society, in relationships, and most definitely in work and business. So this beautiful energy is moving in your throat, in your brain, and now it's going down and it's meeting up with the Mother Earth energy that is still doing its thing at your heart. And then it moves down to your solar plexus, your sacrum, your root chakra, and goes all the way down into the planet through your roots, and then boomerangs back up. And now your channel, your midline, is swirling with energy from above and below. This is a place to spend time in. This is a place that when you spend time in it, time then tends to shift. This is a place to meet up with yourself for emotional regulation, for self-healing, for insight, for wisdom. And as you give presence to your midline, to the energetic channel within you, you are giving yourself a place to develop a muscle that has to do with intuition, discernment, wisdom, and so many other things that are even hard to name in this moment. But it's a place within you where you can rest, commune, strengthen yourself, and give yourself some perspective, gain perspective about an issue, about a challenge, about a person, about events. It's also a place that can remind you that there's always a bigger picture within the decisions of a person, a society, a government, and the world at large. And so how you fit in the pattern of things, what you are meant to offer that you decide you want to act on, is all part of this. And so we're breathing deeply in through our nose and out through our nose. And the body, by now, should be coming in touch with a deeper stillness. Because we have grounded ourselves and we have connected with the cosmos, with the heavens. And now our body can rest, experience ease, trust in the surface you're laying against or upon. And now you can enjoy the stillness. Stillness is where, yes, you become stronger, but you gain peace. You open up to healing, and you are doing this. You and your interconnectivity with the physics of all there is. So breathing deeply in and out through your nose, you're resting in the stillness. And now we're going to come back to the sensations in our body. We're going to bring our internal gaze to our root chakra, our tailbone. We're bringing our internal gaze to our heart. To our throat chakra. To our crown chakra. And then we're bringing our gaze to that spot between our eyebrows. And we're resting there just for a few minutes. This is where your intuition is strongly held. And maybe you allow yourself to just let something rise up and ask if there's something you need to know about a moment, this moment in time, this day. Maybe there's some insight that can come through in this moment, or as soon as you decide to start to rise and connect with the present moment as you come through the meditation and start moving again. Because sometimes we get insight in the very early moments of waking up. So don't feel like something has to come through, but maybe you open the door and say, I'm willing to listen and hear whatever it is that could be said for me today. Trusting that if it's meant to come, it'll come. And knowing that as we do work like this, as a practice, we deepen not only our relationship with ourselves, but the world at large on an energetic level. And the more we do this work with a guide, within a group dynamic, we bring into our experience a resonance with others that strengthens and enhances our ability to heal far beyond when we do this alone. So, as we start to gain awareness of the different parts of our bodies and come back, I ask you to be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. Take good care of you. Because you have something to contribute that's about your creativity, about your heart. And you can only do that in alignment with who you are if you work from who you are on a deep level, from your energetic self. So now we're bringing our awareness to our lower back, our knees, our legs, our ankles, our feet, our toes, bringing our awareness to our solar plexus, our chest, our neck and shoulders, and hopefully you're feeling some sort of peace, maybe a release, a lightening. And allow yourself to just rest here for a little bit. And know that you could do this again for yourself. Because this is how you nourish your soul. You work through this somatic journey to the energetic aspect of who you are. My name is Melanie Bonet. I'm an energetics guide. I help people connect with deep presence for healing, for heightening their ability to be more in tune with their wisdom and to be more discerning. And in many cases, fortifying and strengthening your energetic abilities so that the things that happen to you in the world don't throw you off kilter, don't burden you, because you learn to own what is yours and leave what is not yours for others. Or you give it to Mother Earth and let her deal with it. She knows what to do. Thank you for listening in. And if this meditation helped you in any way, please hit the like button and subscribe. And if you want to contact me for working with me, my information is below. Take care of yourself.